Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I have not recorded a video in probably almost a year. I know my last video was my 2-year update for Charlotte, and here I am yet again filming about baby number 2 now. That is so crazy to even say, but yes, I am pregnant again. This is my second pregnancy, and I really wanted to get back into recording pregnancy vlogs. It has been a long time since I filmed one of these, obviously, but I am currently 19 weeks along, so I am a little like further along now. I think my last pregnancy, I actually started filming these around 22 weeks. So I'm currently 19 weeks. I am in the second trimester. I'm gonna go over everything that happened from the first trimester, how I found out I was pregnant, and then up until now. So I'm gonna try to cover everything, and let's see. I talk a little fast and I ramble a lot, so I don't know how long this is gonna be. I like to kind of like cut it down a bit because I don't want it to be too long, but we'll see. I'm gonna start out with how I found out I was pregnant. I was actually only 5 weeks along, which is pretty early. I feel like a lot of people find out usually around, actually probably around 5 to 6 weeks, just because when you miss that time of the month, you kind of just have a feeling that something's going on. So that is exactly what happened. I missed my period that month, and I kind of had a feeling all along, just because my period has always been really consistent. I've always had it, like, I've never missed a period for a month. So that's already off. We really had been thinking for a while that we did want our second child closer in age, just because my daughter's gonna be 3 soon, and we already know that's gonna be like a 3-year age gap. So I think that's like a pretty good time for me. Me and my brother are actually 3 years apart, so it's actually gonna be about the same when this baby's born. Charlotte's gonna be 3 and about 3 and 3 months maybe, so they're not gonna have too big of an age difference, and I think it's just fine for me because I didn't want to have 2 under 2 running around chasing 2 babies at a time. So crazy. Charlotte's already a handful, so I know I'm definitely gonna have my hands full still, but I think it'll be a little bit more manageable. So I did find out at 5 weeks. I took a pregnancy test, and of course it was positive right away. So we weren't really shocked. We weren't really surprised. We kind of had a feeling, like I said. So my starting weight for this pregnancy was actually 110 pounds. So I'm currently actually now about 118. So I've gained almost 8 pounds in 19 weeks. Kind of sounds like a lot to me. I don't know. My last pregnancy, I had such bad morning sickness, and I'm gonna get into that right now because believe me, there was some morning sickness, but I lost so much weight with my last pregnancy. I lost almost 10 pounds, and then in the end I ended up gaining that 10 pounds back, and then maybe about another like 6 or 7 pounds. So like in reality, I only gained about 6 or 7 pounds. This time I've already gained 8 pounds from my weight. So I don't know, I'm kind of scared about that. I'm not even halfway there yet, almost, but I'm scared to see how much more weight I'm gonna gain. I don't eat the best. This time around I have not been, so let's see. So like I was saying about the morning sickness, I did get morning sickness starting around 6 to 7 weeks, I wanna say. Whew, I'm talking so fast that I'm running out of breath. Another pregnancy symptom. I did get morning sickness, and let me tell you, that is not fun at all. Nobody wants to experience that. It really does take away like the beauty of pregnancy, I feel like, in the beginning, because you're so nauseous all the time. You just don't feel good, and you just kind of want it to be over already. You're just like counting down, oh my gosh, I just want this to end. But then in reality, it's pregnancy, it's beautiful. You kind of want to just enjoy your time being pregnant, but it's so hard to enjoy when you're, you know, puking in the toilet all the time. And then plus chasing a toddler around while having morning sickness just made it 10 times harder. My last pregnancy, obviously that was my first pregnancy. I didn't have to worry about chasing a toddler around, entertaining a toddler for hours, and it's just so much harder with a toddler, obviously. During that morning sickness period, I did not want to eat anything. Everything and anything sounded so disgusting to me, and I don't know, I feel like so many pregnant women tell me the same thing though, that like everything just sounds really, really bad. So it was so hard to stomach a lot of food. I did end up eating like really bad junk food, not even junk food. Like I was eating out so much because I was so lazy to cook. I didn't want to make anything for myself because just making food, being in the kitchen really, really grossed me out. Obviously, I made my daughter food, but I would make her really simple, small meals, and that's good enough for her. She's happy, but I could not like just be standing in there cooking some chicken, you know, some beans. It's just, it smelled way too strong for me. One of the things that really, really grossed me out was ice cream. I don't know. I've always had such a sweet tooth. My whole life growing up, I've loved sweets and candies and sugar, but for some reason this pregnancy, I've just been all about the salty foods, anything spicy, ooh, like chili, oh my gosh. Jalapenos have been my favorite, but I tried to stomach ice cream and just like different candies and stuff, and I instantly would throw up during that morning sickness period. Now it's a little bit better. I can manage it, but at first it was so bad. Also, being a mom, I have fallen in love with coffee. Coffee has been my go-to. That was my number one thing. When I first had my daughter, I started drinking coffee on the daily. It was my every morning little treat. And ever since I became pregnant this time around, I cannot even smell coffee. I don't want to be near coffee. I just can't stand it. And it was so hard at first because, you know, when you do drink a lot of coffee, you kind of have like the need for the caffeine. So I kind of felt like I was going through a withdrawal period for like a week or two. I had really bad headaches, and that used to happen to me before too. I would get really bad migraines if I wouldn't have my coffee in the morning. So that really worried me because I knew that it was gonna hit me. And I did have migraines for the first few days, but it's so much better now. I don't need the caffeine throughout the day. I do still drink like maybe a soda or two like once in a while, obviously not every day because that's just a little too much for me, and I'm not really a big soda drinker. So coffee, letting go of it was definitely not easy, but I'm kind of glad that I'm over it right now. I hope that I can get back into it once I have my baby, but I don't know. It's just, I've managed to be without it, so at least I know I can live without it, because for a time there I didn't think so. Also, during that morning sickness period, I was completely exhausted to the point where I was falling asleep during the day, just casually doing things. I felt myself drifting off, and you know, obviously as a mom of a toddler, there's no way I was able to do that, to nap during the day, to take a break when I'm with my daughter. She does take a nap still, so I was able to rest when she was resting, but not really a nap. I don't know. I've just never been good at naps. I cannot nap for the life of me. But, you know, I was getting really close there during that period. I want to say during like week 7 through 10 was brutal, like so brutal. I could not keep my eyes open. I was just, it was a struggle. And then, of course, once the second trimester hit, which was around week 13 or 14, I think is the second trimester, I instantly felt so much better, which is so weird to say because I know some people say that they do have morning sickness throughout their whole pregnancy, and I'm so glad that I'm over it. I mean, I do get a little nauseous here and there, but ever since I have got into my second trimester, I felt so much better, just so much more energy. I don't feel all sluggish all day. I do feel like a little bit tired, obviously, because, you know, I'm growing a human being in me, so I'm still gonna be tired, but I just feel like I have so much more energy than I did in the beginning, which is really, really good for me. So now that I'm starting to talk a little bit more about the second trimester, I want to talk about the gender. So we actually found out really, really early. We found out at about 14 weeks, and I really wanted to find out then because it was around my birthday and I wanted to do like some kind of surprise little gender thing. So I had a birthday cake, and I'll just insert the video or a picture, something right here so you guys can see. It's a boy. That's so crazy. I don't know. I'm still like, I still cannot even believe it. I have my daughter, I'm gonna have my son now. Just to know that I'm gonna have my little pair and I'm gonna have, you know, one of both. That's so awesome. And I know my boyfriend really, really wanted his boy. He was hoping for that the first time around, and you know, he has his little princess now, and then he also is gonna have his boy. So it's really exciting. It's really scary at the same time too, just because, you know, I've only known how to raise my girl. Not that it's gonna be some dramatic difference, but you know, Charlotte has her own personality. She's really, really, I don't know, she's really intelligent, really smart, and she just loves being like neat and clean, and she's, I don't know, she's so crazy on her own. I'm just wondering what the differences are gonna be between her and this little boy, right? Because ever since she was little, she's always been like a really like sassy girl. So I'm just trying to picture like a little sassy girl, a little bossy girl, then with her little brother. It kind of reminds me of me and my brother. I'm actually older than my brother. I did say that. We have a 3-year age difference. And I was always really, really bossy with him. So I think karma's coming back for me. I'm gonna have to deal with a mini me. That is kind of terrifying on its own. I have also started feeling him moving around. So I want to say about maybe even a month ago, at around 14 weeks or even 15 weeks, I started feeling like little tickles, like little tingly butterfly feelings. I know that's how they explain it. And since this is my second baby, I knew I was going to be able to feel it a little sooner, just because I finally knew what to look out for. So I was pretty sure that it was this baby, and I actually felt such a huge kick one day. I think I was only 15 or 16 weeks, which is actually pretty early to feel something so strong, which is what I've read, but I know for sure that it was a kick. It was so hard that it actually made me just like jump up, because I was so surprised. I was like, what is that? What, like, why is that so strong? I do think this baby might be a little bigger than Charlotte. She was only 6 ounces. 6 ounces? What? Pregnancy brain. She was only 6 pounds when she was born. 6 pounds and 7 ounces, I want to say. I'm sorry, I always get that wrong. I know if my boyfriend watches this, he's gonna say, how do you not remember? I do think this baby is gonna be a little bit bigger, because when I have gone to my doctor appointments, they do say that he's measuring just a little bit bigger. I think they said my due date might be a week ahead. I'm not sure. So I don't know. As of right now, my due date is January 16th, 2020. So let's see. I don't know. Am I gonna have him before? Am I gonna have him after? I did have Charlotte about 2 days after my due date. So I don't know. I feel like this time around, I feel like I might have him a little later too. I don't know. I don't know. I was really small last time though, so I don't know. I wasn't in that uncomfortable phase yet at the end of my pregnancy. I was like obviously a little uncomfortable because I was having like, my stomach was a little bigger, but this time around I feel like I am getting a lot bigger than I was with Charlotte. I didn't really have a bump for the longest time, maybe until like the last 2 months I finally had a bump. And this time around I feel like I have a huge bump already. I will show you guys right now. So I don't know, all in all, it's so exciting. As you can see, my bump is growing so much, and I feel like I look bigger than I do on camera. I feel like the camera isn't doing it justice. If I have any pictures, I will insert them, because I feel like earlier on I looked big too. I don't know, I've heard that your second pregnancy, or like after you've already had one baby, that usually you show a little quicker. So I don't know, maybe I will. I'm really, really small. I'm only about 5 feet, and like I said, I was 110, so I've always been really small. So I feel like you would be able to notice if I'm pregnant. So we also do have a name in mind. I'm not gonna say it. I know I did say it last time I announced it in my video, but I think this time we're gonna keep it like on the down low until we have this baby, because I mean, like I said, we do have a name, and I'm pretty positive, I'm like 99% sure this is gonna be the name, unless we come up with a different name at the last minute. But it is my boyfriend's turn to pick a name, and he's pretty much set on this name, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna be his name. And I guess you guys will see when I finally put up my labor and delivery vlog. if I vlog. A hospital that I had my daughter at would not let us vlog or would not let us record or take pictures or anything, so I'm gonna see if maybe we can kind of like sneak in something, like sneak in a few videos or pictures when nobody's in there. I don't know. I always wanted to do it, but we'll see. All right, so that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will have more pregnancy vlogs coming soon. I don't know how consistently I will do it, but I'm gonna try. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys.